One of the people in the crowd said to him, "Rabbi, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Dear man, who appointed me to be a judge or arbiter for you?" He said to them, "Take caution and guard against all greed, because an individual's life is not found in the abundance of possessions." Do not store up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But rather, store up for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys, and where thieves do not break in or steal. After all, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The eye is the lamp of the body, so if your eye is good, showing generosity, then your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, then your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the very light that is within you is darkness, how immense is the darkness? No person can serve two masters, because such an individual will either hate the one or love the other, or will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and money. He said to his disciples, "There was a certain man who had a manager for his estate. The manager was reported to him as squandering his goods. So he called him in and said to him, 'What is this I hear about you? Give me a record of your conduct as manager, because you can no longer manage my estate.' Then the manager said to himself, 'What shall I do? My master is taking my position away from me. I am not strong enough to dig. I am ashamed to beg. I know what I shall do, so that when I am removed from my position as manager of the estate, they will receive me into their homes.' He summoned each one of his master's debtors. He asked the first, 'How much do you owe my master?' He replied, 100 vat jars of oil.' So he said to him, 'Sit right down, change your bill, and write 50. Then he said to the next one, 'How much do you owe?' He answered, 100 call measures of wheat.' He said to him, 'Change your bill and write 80. But the master praised the crooked manager because he had acted shrewdly. For the children of this age are more shrewd in dealing with their own kind than the children of light. I tell you, make friends for yourself by means of the mammon of righteousness, so that when it fails, they may receive you into the eternal homes. The one who is faithful in the small matters will be also faithful in the greater. The one who is untrustworthy in the small matters will also be untrustworthy with greater responsibilities. So if you have not proven trustworthy in the use of unrighteous mammon, who will entrust to you the true riches? Moreover, if you have not been trustworthy with what belongs to someone else, who will give you what is your own? It is like someone who is about to go on a long journey. He called his own servants and entrusted his positions into their care. To one servant he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, giving to each according to his own ability. Then he travelled far away. At once the servant who had been entrusted with the 5 talents went and traded with them. He gained 5 more talents. In the same way, the servant who had been entrusted with the 2 talents gained 2 more. But the servant who had been entrusted with the 1 talent went away, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. Now after a long time had passed, the master of those servants returned to settle the accounts with them. The one who had been entrusted with the 5 talents came forward and brought 5 more talents, saying, 'Master, you gave 5 talents into my care. See, I have made 5 more talents.' His master said to him, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful with management of small things. I will give you authority over much greater matters. Enter into the joy of your master.' Also the one who had been entrusted with the 2 talents came forward and said, 'Master, you gave 2 talents into my care. See, I I have made 2 more talents. His master said to him, Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful with management of small things. I will give you authority over much greater matters. Enter into the joy of your master. The servant who had been entrusted with the 1 talent came forward and said, Master, I knew you to be a hard man, reaping where you did not sow, and gathering where you did not winnow. So I was afraid. I went away and hid your talent in the ground. See, you have what belongs to you. But his master answered and said to him, You wicked and lazy servant, you knew that I reap where I did not sow and gather where I did not winnow. Then you ought to have put my money in the bank, and on my arrival I would have received my deposit back with interest paid. Because of this, take away the talent from him and give it to the one who has the 10 talents. Because to everyone who has shall more be given, and that one will have an abundance. But from the one who does not have, even what that person does have shall be taken away. Throw out the worthless servant into the outer darkness. In that place there will be weeping and grinding of teeth.